whoever you are a very intuitive being. Like, you are so intuitive that you can literally see through people. You can read people's emotions like this, like genuinely like this. And every expression of theirs, no matter how many times that they're trying to fake it, or even if they're not, even if they're trying to hide it, or even if they're not, you can literally see what is behind that mask, what is behind that filter of theirs. You can literally see. That is how intuitive you are, that is how intellectually smart you are. And most people don't have this blessing. Trust me, I have this blessing myself, and I can literally read people in an instant. And even if they try to wear masks, even if they don't, it is very easy for us to read people very instantly. And it is so funny. That's the confirmation right there by lizards. You know, when people, they try to mean something, or they try to say something, and but on, like, behind the filter or behind the mask, they actually think something else about you, they actually mean something else about you. It is very, very funny that people think that people will not get to know, or that the person in front of them will not get to know. It is like, imagine something really good happens to you. Like, what could be one of the best thing that can ever happen to you? Think of that. The most best thing that can ever happen to you, think of that. And when you tell these people that this happened to you, or you got this, and you're really happy about it, and you're telling them how blessed you are, how grateful you are, like, you're not flexing it, you're not flaunting it, but you're just mentioning it, or somehow you end up telling them, or somehow they end up getting knowing it from somebody else, from a third party. And when you interact with them and they know that you have this blessing, like, you can literally tell in a second if they're happy for you or not, no matter how much masks or filters they try to put up and pretend to be happy for you. Or if they pretend to, be like, oh, like, I'm so happy for you, everything happened the way you wanted, and you truly deserve it. They're trying to tell this for you, but you can literally see through them, and you know what is happening behind the screen, yet you don't mention that. You're just like, thank you. Like, you don't say much, you're like, ha ha ha, like, thank you so much, thank you, and you just go and you just mind your own business. And then they are like, oh my god, I tried to put up a mask, she genuinely did not get to know what was running behind the mask or the filter, and she thinks that, I'm all this, that I'm so kind to her, nice to her, or nice to him. And there you are, figuring people out, reading people out like you're psychic. That is literally so funny. I feel so sorry for those people, because they literally cannot hide anything from you. They cannot hide anything from us. And they are secretly scared of that. That's why people don't keep eye contacts with you, or they don't, sort of, they seem very closed off when you're talking to them. Or even if you, when you start dating a new person, and for no reason they start shutting off. Like, at first they were really, good, and it was all like you felt energetically open, and then after a while, like, you're not able to tap into their energy, and they seem very shut up and closed down, because their soul knows that you're psychic and you can read them. Like, this is real thing, guys. And now, what do I mean by reading another person energetically? Now, see, we as all human beings, no matter how many masks or filters we try to put up to pretend to be a certain person, to behave a certain way, or to, it could be anything, dressing up or faking a vibe or anything, like, those are all the masks that some people do, or we humans normally do. And sometimes people are very intentional about that, because they want to seem a certain way, they want to look like a person who has it all together. And there are some people who do it unintentionally because they're not that intellectual and they don't know what those things are, and they just do it because they're just doing it and they don't even know that they're doing it. But no matter how many times people lie or pretend, energies tell you everything. And as I was saying, that as a human being or as a person, there is way a person is, like his or her truest self. Okay, not everybody are kind. This is what I have learned, or this is the conclusion that I have come across after meeting a million of people through my work or through travel, even through my family members and their friends and family and everybody, that it is actually truly blessing to be kind. It is actually such a blessing to be kind, to be an empath, and to be compassionate. And it is really such a blessing because there actually are beings, there are actually are humans who are not kind. No matter how much they pretend to be, no matter how much they try to be, they are not, because that is not them. Like, there are literally so many sadistic peoples on this earth that when you, even though you are a very angelic soul, and even when such a kind person loses and they were not trying to do anything but themselves and something bad happened to them, those souls or those people will be the first one to be happy, and they will not feel sorry about that even for a second. Like, there are people like that. Like, can you believe it? Like, there are people like that who wish ill upon others, who are so jealous about others, who actually, they literally curse people, they literally wish people, like, I wish she doesn't get that or that, blah, 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 blah. Like, you know what I mean. And it is, we really should be happy that we are blessed that we are not them. This is one thing that you should remember in your life when you're going through 0707 on the timer. This is one thing that you should remember in your life, that whenever something doesn't go your way, you're having sort of a bad day or a bad moment and you're sad for no reason, and you're sort of crawling back into your low vibrational things, or you're not really, things may not be working in your favor. Like, just remember that at least you're not that person. At least you're not that person who wishes ill upon another person. At least you're not that person who will laugh when other person is hurting. At least you're not that person who will snatch things from somebody else, because there are actually people who ruin things for others. People genuinely cannot see other people happy. If somebody else is having a really good relationship, they will do anything and everything to sabotage just to prove themselves that they can do that. Can you believe that literally there are people who sabotage people's love life just to prove them that they can get her, or they can get that, or they can hit her or hit him or whatsoever, like, if you know what I mean. And it is so sad to be in such state of mind, or to be in that state of being, and the fact that we are not that, and the fact that we are vibrating in this high energy where we genuinely do not care about people. If like we are happy for others if they get everything that they want. Even if they didn't get, we still empathize with them, we support them, and we help them in any sort of way possible, also at the not cost of draining ourselves. Like, you also take care of yourself, but you also help and take care of all the other people around you. You are that high value woman, and you're that high value man. And as I was saying, you're a very intuitive person, and generally people are not this intuitive. Growing up, I always used to think, like, maybe everybody is this way, maybe everybody are kind, maybe everybody are passionate, and maybe everybody are actually chasing their dreams. And growing up now, I'm realizing that no, it is actually such a blessing. Even now, the fact that I'm doing my YouTube video, and so many people want to do this and they're not even doing that. They're still stuck in their old cycles, they're still stuck in their old habits, they're still stuck in that job that they don't want to do, they're still stuck in whatever that they want to get out of. Some people are genuinely stuck because they don't know how to get out of it. Some people are stuck because they don't want to get out of it also. It's like, it is one thing to be sad, and cry about it, but it is another thing to be sad and choosing to be sad and choosing to cry on that, and to be this person who actually chases dream, living your best life and doing everything that you want to do, and literally detaching from everything and genuinely stop worrying about anything and everything that is not important to you, is truly a blessing in itself. And be grateful for that, and let's all be grateful for that. And I really want to take my time and explain what does reading energies mean. Now, imagine that a person, and that person comes in front of you, and it's a new person. You have never met that person, you just met them in a party, or you just met somewhere or anywhere. And when you interact with that person, what is the first intuitive nudge that you get about that person? That is the thing, that is what is called as energetic reading. And then again, as I was saying, like, people are very smart in putting up filters and putting up masks, and they genuinely don't want you to know that they are this way. Like, I don't think that people can never hate you for no reason. There are times where people hate another person for absolutely no reason. And even you, maybe, like, you sometimes get irritated by another person, or another person gets irritated by you, or some girl or some boy is actually hating on another person, or they're crushing on another person for no reason. I do not believe in this. Like, when they say, like, oh, she literally hates him for no reason, or he literally hates her for no reason, I do not believe in this. And if a person is actually hating you, then there is definitely a reason as to why they are hating you. And this has got all to do with energies. Like, our subconscious brain, I don't like calling it subconscious brain, I'd rather call it superconscious brain, because our superconscious brain can pick up things that our conscious brain cannot. Like, we humans, like, our human brain is capable of so many things that we literally had to sort of limit our abilities to be here, to be born on this earth, or else we humans couldn't embody that. Like, telepathy is a real thing, telekinesis is a real thing, but we humans are not capable of that in this form, in this 3D, or in this three-dimensional form, or as a three-dimensional being. It is genuinely not capable until and unless you're a very intuitive person, you are sort of psychic, and you can telepathically read people's mind. Then you are also a spiritual and a 5D being. Being intuitive, being an empath are 5D emotions. Emotions are literally 5D things. You can go and Google this up, and you can literally comment in my comment section what you think about this. But emotions and being intuitive are literally 5D things. And when you're on this path of spirituality, or Sanatan Dharma, or whatever that you want to call this, being spiritual, or being, to be honest, I don't believe in religious or religions, but I definitely believe in spirituality, and that is a thing. Like, God and universe is definitely a thing. Like, when people say like, oh, God doesn't exist, or like, definitely God doesn't exist in the form that we think that they exist, but God is a being, or God is an energy, that energy that is vibrating on another level that we cannot even think of. Like, now imagine I'm a human and a very intuitive being, psychic also a little bit, and I am now here on this earth, and now I'm living my life. Now, if I were to take on this path of spirituality and go ahead and explore my third eye energy, and if I go ahead and explore my intuitiveness, and I cut the outside noise and I listen to my inside, like, if I step inside me, and when you really meditate or do all of this stuff that really connects you to yourself, to your body, to your mind, to your soul, you will be able to see through masks of this world. You will be able to see through everything and anything. And when your third eye literally activates, you, like, your intuition or your conscious brain, even your conscious brain will be on another level, that you will literally feel when low vibrational people come around you. You can literally tell what kind of person they are. And when you keep on going in this spiritual journey, for many years, there will be a point where you completely hit that third eye activation, that you will now evolve in your state. Now this is what is called as evolution, isn't it? Like, when we were, whatever we evolved from chimpanzees or monkeys or apes, when we were there, we were like a completely different being. We had a different lifestyle, we had a different way of thinking, and we had a different way of living. And now, looking after millions of years of us being that, versus what we are now, looking that we have evolved into this being where we are so intellectually smart. Why is it that we humans got the chance for evolution? That too, we got evolved into such a high being than any other species. Even dogs, like, why didn't dogs evolve into like us? Like, we can talk, we are a very vocal beings. Why isn't it that, okay, that's my dog. Why isn't it that dogs cannot speak like us? Why isn't it that they cannot walk in two legs like us? Like, they have not yet evolved. They will be evolving in the future, but why is it that we humans are specifically chosen to evolve? That is because we, now this is what I mean by God. Like, this wouldn't have been possible for this if it wasn't for this force of life. Now, that force of life that exists outside of this earth, in that universe, is what the higher consciousness that we say it is what God is. I really hate it when people say ki, like, fear God. I am a kind of person, I feel like God is a kind of energy or a being. You don't need to fear God. But at the same time, if you do bad things and if you expect ki, like, nothing is going to happen to me, then no. Everything that you put out in the universe will literally come back to you, because that is the way of balancing in the universe. Like, this whole universe or space is all about balance. So if you are a good person and if you're putting out good energy, then good energy will come and find you no matter what. No matter what kind of things people around you try to do, and you're still choosing to be a good person, you're still choosing to be a kind person, that kind energy, that kindness, that good energy will come back to you because of balance, because of the theory of balance. Like, Newton's third law is literally applicable in all these phases of life and evolution, that you can say, like, whatever you give out is literally going to come back to you, because every action has an equal and an opposite reaction. So if you think that, confirmation by the lizard, if you think that you can be out here hating another person and expecting that they will not get to know, and pretending to be a person who can hate on another person secretly, but in front of them you're very nice, you're very kind, you're very happy that they won and everything, honey, that is gonna come back to you. That bad energy that you are putting out unintentionally, sometimes we put out bad energy unintentionally, like, we don't even know we are putting out. So you have to, this is what I mean by look inside. That is when you go ahead and literally study yourself, how you think, how you speak, how you act. Why does your brain work the way you work? And why is it that your parents, like, why is it that you were born in this particular kind of family, and why is it that your parents think that way, and why don't you think like them? I mean, obviously you have a mind of your own where you're free to think whatever you want to think. It is not about that. It is about, why do you have the thoughts that you have? Why? Now, this is exactly what I mean. Like, you've been conditioned to think that way by all the forces that is around you, parents, friends, or your life experiences. And now, if you are a kind of person that genuinely wants to break this pattern of thinking, if you want to break this pattern of attracting whatever that is you're attracting and you're not happy with that, then this is literally your sign that you need to go inward and you need to literally study yourself, decode yourself, and understand why you are the way you are. Okay, like if you are a person, like, okay, there was a phase of my life where I kept attracting emotionally unavailable men, and I genuinely did not understand why. Because I genuinely wanted to be in a relationship, and I still kept attracting emotionally unavailable men, and I kept questioning myself, why is it that I am attracting those men when I'm genuinely wanna be in a loving, kind relationship? Going ahead, exploring myself, studying myself, decoding myself behind all the filters and my mask, that is when I understood that deep down I was emotionally unavailable. That was the reason that I was attracting all these emotionally unavailable men. And I was not consciously aware of this. I was not consciously doing this. Okay, this was not something that I was consciously doing. I didn't even know this until and unless I came across a YouTube video where they said, like, there has to be a reason why you're attracting such kind of people, because that is what level of energy or vibration you are vibrating at unknowingly. And that is why, because energies never lie, honey. Everything is about balance. Like, you get what you are. So if you're not happy with what you're attracting in your life, then it is your time to like see what level or what energy you're vibrating at. And this journey of yours is definitely not gonna be easy. It's definitely not something that you can achieve overnight. I genuinely do not believe in achieving or being successful overnight. You have to be successful in your mind first, and then that shows up in your reality. Like all the successful people who have been successful, all the millionaire or billionaires in this whole world, even the world's most richest person, they did not get all of that money, I mean, until and unless they were born into it. But if they were self-made, if they were self-made billionaires or self-made millionaires, like there is no way that they were, like, they did not have it from day one. They had to be in that mindset ki, like, I already am successful, even though they did not have any literal proof in this materialistic 3D world to prove it to someone, be like, hey, I'm successful. Like, they were secure in themselves, they were secure in calling themselves and being successful. That is later which all that success was materialized in this 3D world, and then they got all of that money. You know, you have to be an influencer in your mind first to get that followers, to get that views or that reach. And without being an influencer in your mind, you cannot get that reach. Or even if you did get that, then you will not be happy. That is why there are so many people who have everything that they want in the world, yet they are still not happy, because they are looking for happiness. They are literally dependent on everything that is outside of them to make them happy. Like, I agree that money brings you happiness, like I do agree, but at the same time, if you're already unhappy without money, then there is no way money cannot bring you happiness. And if you already are happy without money, then with money, so obviously you will be happy, and that goes without saying. And I mean, I do agree up to an extent money does bring you happiness, because you can buy whatever you want, you can help all the people you love, and you'll be able to afford a very comfortable and luxurious lifestyle, or whatever lifestyle that you want to live. And you can even make a very huge impact or difference on this whole earth or on this world, and solve all the problems with money. But there's only so much happiness, there's only so much problems that can be solved, or there's only so much that you can achieve with money, like genuinely. And I feel like money is a very small concept. Like, people who, when they say like I want to be successful, people think being successful is equal to having money. And I find that so sad when people say that, because being successful doesn't mean money. Being successful is being happy with yourself, with who you are as a real person. Being authentically yourself is also such a blessing, and that is also what person should seem or that is what a person should call being successful has. Definitely having all the people around you who truly love you, having a very loving family, and having money and being able to afford everything that you want, and having a easy and comfortable lifestyle is also successful. But these are 3D successful things. Like if you go outside of this 3D or outside of this earth, how can money help you? Like if you're in space, you can't use that money, you can't use that cash. Even if it's in the form of bitcoins, or even if it's digital currency, you cannot use it outside this earth. Like literally tell me, all the money that I might have now in my bank account, how can I use it, how can I make that work in my favor outside this earth? I cannot. Now that is what I mean. All the definition of success is literally the definition of this 3D world, of this earth, and that is not even real. That is not even what real success is. That is a part of what being successful is. Because when you are truly successful, and money will come to you. Like if you are doing something, if you're pursuing a career, if you're pursuing a goal with the intention, whoever said this, they literally said it true, that when or whatever that you're doing, if you're doing it with lots of love and you have zero expectations from that, that is when it will come back to you 1,000 folds. Like there are even Elon Musk. Like Elon Musk he's so successful, isn't that right? He's so successful. He is CEO of so many successful companies, and he is investing all that money very thoughtfully into everything that is really important to us. And I'm pretty sure he did not begin that journey for money. I mean, that was definitely a part of that reason of why he began, but that was not the sole reason of why he started everything that he started into becoming what he is today. And he started with the intention that he really loved discovering all of that. He really loved bringing technologies into this world that will literally make a difference in this world, because he knew that it's necessary to bring into this world. Or all the fast cars, all the supercars, all the Tesla cars that he has bought, he did not build that company, he did not build Tesla with the intention of money. Money was a part of all that big plan, but it was not the sole plan. And if he hadn't started Tesla with the intention of making a evolutionary change in cars and in human life, and making life easier, and improving technology and discovering the unknown, then he wouldn't have been this successful. Because universe, or literally space, as I'm telling you, is all about balancing. If you are doing something only with the intention of getting that, then you will not get that, because your intentions are very important. If you're doing something, if you're helping another person in the place of expecting, like if I help this person will help me in future, they might help you in future, but that kind of friendship, that kind of relationship with that person will not last forever, because that is not coming from a good place. And when you do something, it could be career, it could be goal, or when you love a person unconditionally, or even when you love a person from a place with zero expectations, that is when, even if you do end up getting hurt by that person one or the other day, that will come back to you. All that good love, all that good intentions that you put out into this world will definitely come back to you, because that is what you put out in this world. That is what I mean. Newton's third law is a real thing. Whatever you put out is gonna come back to you 1,000 folds, or even much more, depends on how bad or how good whatever that you did was, and balance will be restored. And this is why it is important for you to cut the outside noise and go inside and completely study yourself. Each and every person is genuinely very different, but still we are all interconnected to each other. Like this entire universe, this entire earth, every human being, every living, even to a small ant, to a very small microbe, to as large as elephants, we are all interconnected to each other. And even when one of the species or one of the animals get hurt or something like that, it affects us, and it affects us in ways that we humans cannot understand. It's beyond our understanding. And that is why sometimes we are sad for no reason, because we are empaths, and we will be intuitively picking up energies of other beings or other species, and then we are silently mourning for them. And that is why I do not believe in reason that a person hates you for no reason. If they're hating on you, or if they are sending you bad energy, then there is definitely a reason why. And there is also this one thing, that everybody that are around you, they definitely love you, accept you. They are like, it's like in this world, I'll tell you how people are. This is the harsh reality. To be honest, the world is not supposed to be this way. It was never meant to be this way. But people support you, love you, accept you until and unless you're more successful than them. Until and unless you're more rich than them. Until and unless you have everything that you want, which is more than them. That is when they show their truest self. And this is what I mean by reading energies. That when you are a very intuitive person and you are beyond this 3D world, beyond, like when you can read beyond this world, you will be able to pick on them with all the masks. Like if they were genuinely truly 30-30 on the timer, if they were genuinely truly happy for you, even if you become more successful than them, they should still be happy for you. Because then, I mean, isn't that how it's supposed to be? Like if a person loves you, even if you become more successful than them, you should be happy for them. Then why are you sad for them? Why are you jealous? And this is what I mean when a person hates you for no reason, because their superconscious brain or their intuitiveness is somehow picking up on the fact that you have this ability or this skill in yourself, that if you kept on pursuing your passions, whatever that is that you're very, very passionate about, you will become more successful than them. That you will get everything that you have desired more than them. And their brain recognizes that in this human being, or in this vessel, that whatever that body they're in, that they have so many limitations, that it's actually going to take so much work to break out of that limitations, and then they will be able to vibrate or be in your level for them to achieve everything that they want. And people can't do that, because people are genuinely truly lazy, because they don't have the energy to get up and achieve what is it that they truly have to achieve. But to achieve things in life, you have to really work through your emotions, your self-doubts, your fears, which is actually really hard. Trust me, it is really hard. It is not that easy to overcome your fears. This is coming from a person, like making YouTube video was at least my 1 or 2 year resolution, and I'm finally going ahead and doing it now. Like making YouTube video was definitely my 2025 resolution, but I wanted to do it since 2024, and now I'm taking action in 2026. Like you can ask me why, like why Varsha, why? This is exactly what I mean. Like people want to achieve things, they want to be successful, but they don't wanna overcome their fears. Like I was obviously in my state of mind where I wanted to be successful, I wanted to be a YouTuber, but then again, I was afraid of all the things that I had to face, I had to overcome to be able to put myself out here in front of you guys into making this video. And that is what these people are. They are running away from every shadow work that they need to do to break out of every limitation that is chaining them down to their core. And they can intuitively pick up that you are the strong being, that you're not scared of anything, and that is why they are hating on you, and that is why they might be, sending bad energy your way. So when you ever intuitively feel like you don't like this person, you don't like their energy, or blah blah blah, give that thought, give that intuition a chance, and then see it for yourself if this is true or not. Definitely time will definitely tell you if those people are real or not. But again, your intuitiveness is always accurate. And I'll tell you how do you differentiate your thought versus your intuition. Intuition is something that you feel inside your body. It is not a thought that you get inside your brain. It is something that your gut really tells you. It is beyond our human understanding as to why it works the way it works, and the scientists are really working on to see if this is a real thing, and if this is, then where is this coming from. And this is what I mean, that when we say we are all interconnected, because we can genuinely read energies, pick up energies. And when you go into a room, you will be able to read the vibe of the whole room when you're very intuitive. When I say you will be able to go inside a room and read the energies of all the people in that room. And all of these with just being intuitive. This is what we humans are capable of, and I feel like we humans are very, very capable of even much more things, as high as even time traveling, as high as even telekinesis or teleporting or sending telepathic messages. And I feel like we humans are already sending telepathic messages to each other, but we just don't have any physical evidence on this earth to prove it. And I guess that is why we are lagging behind on this aspect, because we don't have any proof. Now, I'll give you an example of why I said we humans already are telepathic. Like, this is a real life example from my own home, or this happens to everyone, I'm sure. When you are in your home and you're just, doing your work, and suddenly a person comes to your head, like you think of a person out of nowhere, the thought of that person comes to your head, and then the very next second you get a call from the exact same person, or you get a text from the exact same person, or they are thinking of you, or they get a thought of you and you text them and you call them and they pick up the call and they tell, oh my god, I was literally thinking about you right now and you called me. Now this is what I mean. It's like when a person things of you, like, you will get to know it because they will pop up in your brain, because we are all interconnected to each other. And how did we pick this up? Like, there is no physical proof that that person is thinking about you right now, until and unless that person were to consciously admit, you're like, yes, I was thinking about you. But you will pick that up intuitively. You will, like, your superconscious brain picks that up. That is what I mean. Just because something doesn't exist, that doesn't mean that it's real. And just because something exists, that genuinely doesn't mean that it's real. And there is definitely not much proof on all these things, on telekinesis or time travel or everything, but I'm pretty sure that there will be one day. And I feel like that day is gonna come very soon, when we will be able to time travel into wherever we want to. But at the same time, I think even if we were be able to time travel into any universe or anything, that will also hold so much risk, because if somehow, due to any God's grace or anything, if that were to fail, or if we were to get stuck in some sort of glitch in the space, then again we don't know how to get out of that. So even finding or bringing one technology into the world, like as big as time travel, will again make us bring solutions to many of its problems. What if like we are literally in a like we are time traveling to a certain era in the past or in the future, and we get stuck? We don't know why. Like, even scientists are not able to figure out. So just bringing one technology is not the solution, or is not, it is a big achievement but in itself, but that also has its own interconnected problems and situations that have to be solved. And until and unless those things are solved and brought into light, this big achievement will have to be kept on hold. And I already feel like scientists know this. I already feel like time travel, somewhere on this earth there might have been a scientist or a researcher who could have discovered how to time travel, but they don't want to, tell this to the world, because it is genuinely dangerous. Now imagine if a person knows that you're going to be successful in future and you will do so and so. What if they get so jealous, or they're so mad of you for, doing your thing? Because that is what some people are. They genuinely hate on a person for absolutely no reason, and they go to a very extreme extent to sabotage things for you, to ruin things for you, or even on the name of revenge. People can go to any extent, and they might use this technology, which was actually brought into this world for advancement and evolution of humans into the next phase of our journey, might actually be used as a disadvantage, or might actually be used destroying us. Because in the name of love, or in the name of war, yes, now war, we literally are fighting over as small things as religion. We are literally fighting over as small things as money. We are literally fighting over the most smallest things right now in this world. Imagine what extent a person will go to take a very huge disadvantage, or use this very important technology into a very bad thing, and that might ruin everything. And I guess that is why they might not be revealing. To be honest, I'm sort of with them at this point, because I genuinely don't want everything that we humans have collectively worked hard to build together with all the technology and all the healing, everything that has been done on this world, we genuinely wouldn't want to go back in time, because in the extreme patriarchist or the extreme toxic men who don't want women to have all this freedom, they might go back and even stop feminism, or the first women who bought feminism, or who was the voice of every woman. That is what I mean. So you can see, you have a choice. Like, everything can be good and it can also be bad. Now fear can also be good, but fear can also be bad. If you want to use your fear as something like, okay, I'm scared of this, matlab I need to do this, at least you need to prove to yourself. You don't need to prove to others, to prove to yourself and yourself only that you are beyond, or you're more than your fear. So fear can also be a bad thing. Now you're like, oh, I'm getting scared of this, I don't know what lies beyond this fear or beyond this stage for me in my life, and I'm not gonna take any action now. I don't know. So that is what I mean. And every emotion that we humans feel exists for a reason, and they all definitely can be used for a good purpose. Even jealousy, even hate, there's a very thin line between hate and jealousy. Okay, a person who hates you literally is obsessed with you just as much as a person who loves you. Okay, that is what I believe, because I'm telling you now, imagine this is like a spectrum of emotions, like with my hand here. And definitely, if love was somewhere along here, then this side will be hate. It is like 180-degree and minus 180-degree. It is like 90-degree and minus 90-degree. Like in the maths, in the graph of maths, when you take there's complete 360-degree that makes a whole circle, and the half is positive and the half is negative. And that is what I mean. Like love, like the level that love vibrates at energetically is exactly opposite to where hate vibrates at. So every person who hates you, and like they hate you so much that you feel like, why does this person hate me so much, am I that bad? And instead of blaming yourself, you should see this from another perspective. Okay, like this person is so obsessed with me, they love me so much, but they have too much ego and pride to admit to themselves that they love you. I don't know why. That is their problem. That is something that they need to figure out. And this is what I mean. When you are a very spiritual being, when you are a very emotionally enlightened, evolved being, you will be able to see things and everything from a divine and a higher perspective. Even when you get jealous over someone, you will be able to tell why is it that you're feeling this way. Even if you get sad for a reason, you will be able to tell why is it that you're sad over something as small as this. And I don't really believe that just because you're sad for a small reason that it is not important. As I told you, each and everything, no matter big or small emotion, really hold as much as equal importance. Because if you're feeling, confirmation by the lizard, if you're feeling that, okay, so that is what I was saying, like if you're feeling a certain way, then there's definitely a reason why you're feeling a certain way. And I definitely did not plan on telling all of this. I just went with my intuition and with my gut that this is what I wanted to say, and this is what I said. I started this video with saying that why people hate you, that people sometimes can be such low vibrational beings and send hate and all those bad things your way, and that literally took a whole different turn and a conversation. And I feel like this is what we humans are scared of. That is, we might start a journey thinking that I will achieve this or this is where I will be, only to figure out that it will take us to a path, a whole new path that we did not expect or that we did not end up seeing. And this is why people say that journey is truly so beautiful than destiny. Because another confirmation by lizard, because it is in the journey where you learn, where you detach from everything, and you realize that even if you reach that destiny or not, it doesn't truly matter, because you have achieved everything that you want. And that is where the journey of your life, or this journey of you achieving whatever it is that you have on your mind, truly teaches you. That is why I am saying that whenever you have a certain goal, it could be a person, it could be even money, it could be even materialistic things, or traveling, or career goal, whatever it is, whenever you're doing that, anything, whenever you're doing something to make that happen, do it with a place of love and passion. do it because you want to, and do it from a place of zero or no expectations. Because when you do it with a lot of expectations and you didn't get that, that will literally disappoint you, and that will ruin things for you, and you might just stop following your passions because you did not get the result that you expected. And this is also a sign that, or you need to have or be in this mindset that just because you're not getting results now, that doesn't mean that it is not happening. And I had a really good example for you to give this to you, but I forgot. That is something that happened today, just today in the evening, that made me realize ki, like, what if everything that is happening in your life is actually taking you closer to your destiny, even when you think that it's not gonna happen. Like, you think, oh, now that I'm feeling this way, or now that I'm seeing that people are doing this blah blah blah, then that means that or this is not gonna happen, or I need to put in more hard work. Like, when you, like, if you know about tarot cards, there's a tarot card that is called as the Tower moment. That is when you wish for something in your life, everything in your life that is not meant to be with you, when you get that particular goal or your destiny will go away. Okay, now if you want to be a millionaire, if you want to be a very financially successful person, and you truly want to be successful in terms of happiness, wealth, and you genuinely want to be a kind person, when you ask or say the universe, or let the universe or God know that this is your dream, then God or the universe will go ahead removing every people, everything, every habit of yours, every emotion of yours that you need to remove from yourself, from your life, in order for you to get to your journey of you being successful. Because a successful person is not afraid of failing. If you are afraid of failing, how can you be successful? Because success is never no. Who told you that you have to be successful in just one try? Maybe there are people who get everything that they want in just one try, but that doesn't mean that you're not going to be successful. Bulb was not invented the first time. Thomas literally had to invent it or get failed 99 times before getting it. Isn't that right? That is exactly what I mean. So just because you're failing, that doesn't mean that it's not happening. With every failure, there's definitely a lesson that you have to embody in order for you to become successful. Because what if you become successful now and you lose everything in one day? Will you be able to rebuild all of that in just one day? Tell me. Can you rebuild all of that? Like, can you literally start over again? You lost everything. Do you have the power to give away or lose everything that you have built up until now and restart from zero? If your answer is yes, then you're definitely gonna make it, because you're not scared. That doesn't mean that you're not gonna be scared. Use that fear as a sign ki, like, I can do this. Like, I have overcome my fear before and I can definitely doing now. This should be your mindset, and that is only when you will become successful in this life. And Elon Musk definitely wouldn't have been that if he hadn't overcome his fears. So whatever is it that you're trying to achieve in your life, you should not be afraid of failures. You should, and don't worry, people or the society is too soon to label you as a failure, as a loser. Just fail. You might have failed a test, or maybe fumbled upon an opportunity or a dream of yours, and people are too quick to be like, oh, this guy or this person, oh, he just lost that, or he just blah blah blah, whatever. People are very quick to label you as a failure, and let them do whatever they want to do. Those kind of people are not meant to be in your life anyways. And this is what I mean. When you're successful, you cannot have such people around you, because they are definitely not vibrating in the same level as you are vibrating. And we definitely know that this whole space is all about energies and matter. Isn't that right? And what do this matter vibrate? They vibrate at energies, and like attracts like. And that is why certain people, certain situation or places will definitely be removed in your life. Like, you have to break yourself to build yourself. And if you are afraid of breaking yourself, then how will you build yourself the way you want to be built, the way you truly are meant to be built? And 14:19 on the timer. And this is what I mean. And when you're in the right path, the universe will try to send you signs in the way, whatever that you believe in, to make you aware that you're on the right path and this is what you're meant to do. Don't stop. Don't be afraid of everything that comes or shows up in your way or in your life or at your doorstep. Don't be afraid of that. Face it bravely. It is okay to be scared, and keep on doing it. Like, there's a quote which is very famous. I think you must have done it. You must have heard it. Like, did it alone, did it scared, did it with fear, did it angry, did it cried. Matlab, like, do it cried, do it angry, do it scared, do it alone. No matter what, keep doing it. But at the same time, not at the cost of yourself. Like, I do not believe in this thing ki, like, if you want to be successful, you have to give up on your food, you have to give up on your pleasure, and you have to be at it 24/7. I do not believe in that at all. Like, how can you chase your dreams if you are not able to take care of yourself? Like, if you are there hungry and if you're just trying to get that dream, how will you do it? There will be a point where you will give up and you'll be like, I don't want to do that. That basically means you're doing it with a lot of pressure. And don't ever put timeline to your dreams, but it is important to have ki, like, by the time I reach this age, like at least I'm 26 or at least till I reach 25, this is what I should have achieved at least till then. But at the same time, don't put so much pressure in yourself that you will not be able to achieve at all. And that is what I mean. Like, there was a certain goal in my life which I really wanted to achieve, and I put so much pressure on myself that I literally cut everything off. I even stopped watching movies, I stopped talking to my friends, I literally isolated myself, and I was focused on that particular goal of mine, and that literally stressed me out because I was under so much pressure and I wanted it to be perfect. So I was in this mind that I want everything to be perfect, and that literally backflipped, that literally sabotaged everything, and that sort of didn't go how I expected it to go. And that made me realize it is important to have timelines or a particular deadline, that until then I should have achieved all these things in my life. But at the same time, it is very important to not put pressure on your human mind. It is one thing to have a skill or a quality of being able to work good or think calm under pressure, versus pressurizing yourself and expecting yourself to be perfect to achieve that goal, and thinking that if I am not this, then I will not be able to do that. So this is what I wanted to tell you guys, and I really hope that this video literally opened another perspective in this human brain of yours. And I'm really sorry for my dog barking in the background. He's downstairs and I cannot go down to shut him up now. I'm really sorry for the disturbance, but I really hope that you found this video helpful and that this genuinely opened you into a new perspective, and that now you will be able to see every emotion of yours and others as well, and everything that happens in your life from a divine and a higher perspective, and that you will be detached and you will be a blissed soul. Okay guys, this was it for today's video. I will see you guys in my next YouTube video. Till then, take care of yourself. Just know that I really love you guys, and I will see you guys in my next YouTube video. Bye bye.